just to open up a little bit of the prophetic flow of what's been happening, just to give you just a little look back and a little look forward, and then we're going to open up to prophetic voices that are here within Eagle Worldwide. And you can go back on the internet and on our website at www.eagleworldwide.com, and you can see over the years the pattern that was laid and the things that were spoken and fulfilled in that year. It's incredible the way God just begins to knit it and put it all together, and I believe that's that same flow that's going to be here tonight. In October of this year, in October, there was a huge shift of the Spirit. That was on Rosh Hashanah, on the Hebrew calendar, and there was just a huge spiritual shift in the heavenlies, and an accompanying shift that occurred in the earthly realm. Some amazing things have happened over the last few months. And right now, God has his finger on the button of many prophetic voices. And there's a prophetic reset button right now in our hearts that God is beginning to bring us into a place where he resets us even back to our base and foundational callings. He is going to press that button and bring back the prodigals. He's going to press the button and restore and rekindle the hearts of many who have wandered and been broken and been hurt. This prophetic reset button has been hit strategically around the world, but particularly here in North America. And we have had some tremendous victories even since Rosh Hashanah. Great battles. The season that we're entering into is a time and a season of war. And if you hear peace, peace, turn and run, because this is a season of war. This is a season when men and women are being called in the body of Christ and around the world to a time and a season to war. It's time for the intercessors to get up off the floor and go to war. It's a time to go to battle and go to war. He's bringing the war horse and the eagle together in this time, in this season. It's time to awake, to arise, and to advance. It's time to move forward and not backward. This year is a tremendous year in the Hebrew calendar that started on Rosh Hashanah, but it's also going to be a tremendous year beginning right now. We have won already a few great victories, but there are many battles that lie ahead. Between now and Pentecost, you're going to see a series of battles, but you're also going to see a series of waves of blessing, waves of favor, waves of grace that are going to bring us and carry us full speed, headlong into a season that is manifest destiny. Some of you have heard manifesto destiny, and I want to tell you it's going to ring out in the hearts of men. It's a time and a season for his people to rise up and to take dominion. It's time for us to reset everything. The things that were stolen, the things that were taken away from us spiritually. It's a season of total restoration. This is a season now of manifesto destiny, that God ordained something to happen originally on this land. He arranged something to happen and set it in place around the world, and we're stepping now into that destiny appointment. Now is not the time to look to the right or to the left. Now is the time to step in, to step up, and step out. Now is the time of the harvest. You've heard a lot of people cry, the harvest is here, the harvest is there. I'm telling you now, the harvest is now. Now is the time for the harvest. You're going to see a great move of unity, and barriers begin to come down within the body of Christ. Racial barriers, denominational barriers, gender barriers. The barriers are going to begin to come down in the body of Christ, and the hearts of many are going to be united together. When you see that, know that that is the prelude to the great thing that's about to happen. You're going to begin to see in the body of Christ and in the leadership apostles and prophets, the restoration of the fivefold ministry, but apostles and prophets walking and working together. That's the war horse and the eagle. You're going to see divine strategies begin to be released into the body of Christ, not just for things to happen in the church, but you're going to see strategies, concepts, and ideas released for people to begin to birth things in the seven mountains, to begin to birth things that are going to change our culture, that are going to change and transform and reset things that have happened and even happened in wrong ways in education, in business, and in other forms and parts of our society. You're going to see the body of Christ begin to move forward in a powerful way in the area of media. Get ready now, because the camels are coming. It's a time for provision for the vision. It's a time for the body of Christ to be bold and courageous. Now's the time to rise up, to cross over, to take the land, to take back everything that was stolen, but also to fulfill that season of promise. That's what the 5777, the fulfillment of promise. the promises that God has spoken, the destiny that he ordained in the hearts of many, but also that corporate destiny that he put in the hearts of the body of Christ. This is the season right now. Now's the time for revival to awakening, from a move to a movement, from glory to glory and faith to faith. Now's the time to move into your destiny, to step up, step in, step out. Now's the time to build legacy. You're going to see apostolic resource centers birthed across the body of Christ, across North America, to equip, to empower, and to launch the next generation. Now's the time for change, transition, and transformation. The time is now. Now's the time for apostolic mandates and the restoration of the body and the leadership in the body of Christ to be restored. You're going to see that foundation laid, and it's been laid now for the last 10 or 15 years. Many people have cried out, when? But I say to you that now's the time, and he's going to begin to build on that foundation. You're going to see it begin to come out of the ground, and it's going to begin to happen quickly. But don't think that the battle is over just because we've had a couple of victories, because there's a lot of battles and barriers that are going to be thrown in our path over the next 6 months. But by Pentecost, by the beginning of May and June, you're going to begin to see another shift come in the body of Christ, and you're going to see victories come with tremendous growth and development that's going to happen across the body. Get ready now, because now's the time for us to begin to be bold in the political arena. If you want to know what time it is prophetically for 2017, if you want to know what time it is prophetically on the Hebrew calendar of 5777, if you want to know what time it is prophetically for you, the time is now. Now's the time to step up, step in, step out. This is our time, a time to rise up, a time to enjoy. Now's the time to reach and to grab and to hold on to that destiny call that's in your heart, that's on your life, that one that he spoke to you in the dark and the quiet of your heart. Now's the time you're going to see it to come alive. So step up, step in, step out. The time is now.